Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to week 2 of the BWP football season. I'm Jeff Borders, joined once again by Chris Frankhauser, and a little curveball of things tonight, Chris, as instead of being in Scioto hosting West Hancock, we are at Bushnell High School doing a rematch from last week as the 2021 spring season gets a COVID curveball thrown at us, and we're just going to have a rematch due to teams being on quarantine.
Yeah, we get Macomb at Bushnell tonight. BWP was going to play West Hancock at West Prairie this evening was the original schedule. Macomb was supposed to play at Farmington, and both those squads in COVID protocol. And so here we are, and I, for one, am glad because I know we were talking a little bit beforehand about my fear was BWP was going to have to go on the road and go somewhere, within our region. But like you said, things have worked out, and here we are, part 2 of Macomb and BWP.
After, and I still don't remember how many years it had been since Bushnell had played Macomb in football, and we're going to get it 2 weeks in a row. And I tell you what, this is going to be a different game, I think, tonight, and you very well could see a different outcome, as instead of the field turf surface that the Macomb High School has and the kids are used to playing on, we're back on a natural grass surface, and these kids have been practicing on it all year long, so the turfs are going to be different for the two teams as they were last week, and I have a feeling they're going to know what to expect from each other.
I kind of think that too, because of course then you also have the JV squads playing on Monday night in Macomb as well. So we've seen the Bombers varsity and now a JV squad 3 times in the last week. And I gotta say, here it is, the latter parts of March, this football field is great shape. I hadn't been over by the school in a while, and as I driving in to come in tonight, I was just remarking, man, it looks really good.
And while we were kind of on the subject there a little bit on the COVID curveballs we've been thrown here, change coming up for this coming week also is we were supposed to host Elmwood Brimfield Friday night. That game has been moved to Saturday at 1 o'clock. Here, as Elmwood Brimfield is also in quarantine for protocol reasons, so they'll be coming in. We'll have that game at 1 o'clock here on Saturday next week, and at 10 o'clock on Saturday will be the junior high football game from here. So a little doubleheader action going on here from Bushnell High School next Saturday.
Yeah, it should be a lot of fun, and in this spring football season, as you said. Stay tuned because things are going to change possibly week to week. We've already seen it here, and I would fully expect to see possibly some more schedule changes and things as we get towards that end of that 6-week set of games.
I think it's only fitting that it is, since we're still in spring training, start of baseball is just a few short weeks away, that we'll just call them COVID curveballs from now on, because
that works.
You're going to have to sit back a little bit longer, wait for it, and then like this game here, I got it on a very good source that Coach Rodis possibly had said, I don't care if I get a call Thursday morning and they want us to play, we'll play.
Yeah, right.
And I think this all came together maybe Tuesday evening, Wednesday during the day. So, just kind of got lucky that someone as close as they were. And, it works out that we're just going to have a rematch from last week.
Works for me. Let's travel, because I said I'm like, I didn't know who around here close to us. And as you said, there were a couple of schools that were outside of our area that we could play in that had open. But fortunate that I guess that Macomb in the same boat, so we're able to play them again here in week 2.
It looks like, kind of like last week, we're going to start. We're going to take the ball. So opening kickoff for Macomb will
be 52. Aaron Minear back deep for BWP. Will Hensley, number 3, and Logan Hilton, number 1, at about their 10-yard line. Macomb will go south to north here in the opening quarter. BWP north to south.
So opening kickoff is going to be a little squib kick short. Going to be fielded by the up man for BWP at about the 44-yard line.
Ashton Barkley, number 11. And BWP going to be set up 1st and 10 at their own 44-yard line.
So once again, good field position. You know, that hasn't changed from last week, as BWP, it seemed to have some really good field position. The one time that they kicked it out of bounds to prevent the good field position, we took 65 yards on the first play for the touchdown. But so BWP start 1st and 10 from their own 44-yard line. They're going to come right out in the 2 wide receiver set, full house backfield. Going to go second back through.
Shin, the ball carrier.
Shin.
So I couldn't tell who the ball carrier was. Shin's going to get it across the 45. About the 45.5-yard line, be second, and we're going to call it 8, Chris.
All right.
2nd and 8.
BWP had some success there late in the ball game by doing the power run, and as I say that, we're going to come out with a 4 wide receiver set. Pistol formation. Shin alone setback. It's going to be a handoff to Shin. He's going to bring it back to the near side. He's going to have a good gain. He's going to have enough for the first down, it looks like, as he crosses into Macomb territory, down to the Macomb 46-yard line.
Number 3, Evis Campbell on the stop for the Bombers, but it is called a gain of 9 for Shin and a BWP first down at the Bomber 46-yard line. Just underway, 11-12 to play here. Opening quarter, no score. Opening drive of the contest for BWP.
Same formation once again, 4 wide receiver set. Pistol, lone setback is Shin. Handoff goes to Shin this time.
That's Will Hensley.
Yeah, I was going to say, right after I said Shin, I was like, wait a minute, he's a little bit shorter.
Casey DeRenzi, 72 on the stop for the Bombers. Loss of a yard.
Going to break up a 2nd and 11 now for the Sparclones.
2nd and 11.
Didn't see him last week. We see 14 Matthew Geltmacher out at one of the wide receiver spots for BWP.
Yeah, I think he was in street clothes last week.
Yeah, I'm talking via email with Coach Rada, said that he'd get some action this week.
4 wide receiver set once again for the Sparclones, and that could go either way.
Yeah.
A whole lot of the BWP players move, but a white jersey came into the neutral zone, but it's going to go against BWP.
Well, about 3/4 of the line moved. The center never moved the ball. So 5-yard mark moves it back into BWP territory at the 47, and 2nd and 16 for the Sparclones.
Well, it was a 5-yard penalty, but he put that ball another 1.5 yards back from, it should have went from the 46 to the 49 on the BWP side, and that's all the way back about the 48. So a little extra yardage there. Full house backfield once again for BWP. It's going to be a keeper, going to look to throw, going to throw it back across the field for a screen pass set up to Hensley. He's going to have enough for the first down.
And more.
Down the far sideline, finally knocked out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 25 to about the 23, 24-yard line maybe. Oh, nope, bring it back.
Ran out of bounds at about the 27.
I was watching this official down here, and he was marking it. But still going to be enough for a BWP first down. Right to the line of scrimmage they come with the full house backfield, 2 wide receiver set once again. First back through this time, it's going to be Josh Regal to carry. He's going to get it up to the 25-yard line, a gain of about 2, Chris. We'll call it 2nd and 8.
Looks like number 32 in on the stop for Macomb. And Tyler Welch and 53, Dawson Chenoweth on the stop for the Bombers after a gain of about 3. That previous play, Jeff, when the screen, Sam had rolled out to this far side and threw it back, and he had Matt Geltmacher about 10 yards behind any orange and white jerseys.
4 wide receiver set for BWP. He's going to roll out to the near side, look to pass under pressure, and he escapes the first guy, gets rid of the ball. It's going to be caught for a minimal gain by Regal, maybe a yard at the most, but it's going to bring up a 3rd, and we're going to say 7.
I'm going to say a yard gain on the play, but a heck of a play by Sam to get out of that.
Yep.
52 on the pressure for Macomb, and
Minear?
That was Aaron Minear, and Sam doing a good job getting rid of it because that would have been a loss of about 5 or 6 yards if sacked.
Yep, got away from the first guy, knew he probably couldn't get away from the second, and just, threw it downfield to Regal. Gained a half yard, so I guess it's not a negative. So
3rd and about 7.5, 8 yards to go for BWP.
Full house backfield, 2 wide receiver set. Going to be second back through with Shin. He's going to have it up to about the 22-yard line. It's going to be about 5 yards short of the first down. Bring up a 4th and 5 now for BWP.
Minear and Ladd on the stop for Macomb. Going to be, as you said, about a 4th and 5 at the Bomber 22. 8 minutes to play here in the opening quarter.
Sam Hensley, the quarterback, comes over and speaks to the coach, McCormick, to get the play from him. They're going to come to the line now with the 4 wide receiver set. Going to drop back, going to look to throw. He's going to toss one over the middle. Oh, it was in his hands, but good defense there by number 7, it looks like.
Jordan Drawn.
As I say there, I was waiting, I was like, I think that's actual Drawn. We can call his name. Last week we called his name all night long, and it was the wrong number in the program. But
for Macomb. So now Macomb going to take over 1st and 10. 7:38 to play. 1st and 10 from their own 22-yard line.
Jordan Drawn got in there just as the ball came into his hands, was able to break up the pass. And as Chris said, 1st and 10 Macomb. 4 wide receiver set, 1 setback, shotgun formation. Going to be a handoff to Rainier, it looks like. You're going to have a flag on the play. Where that's thrown is usually a hold.
Josh Regal on the stop for BWP.
Number 42, Shane Shin.
Yeah, we called Drawn as the quarterback last week, and it's actually Jack Duncan, number 12.
And Patrick Drawn had texted me. He's like, "You guys got it wrong." And I told him, I said, "That's what the program says." He goes, "That's what it was all last year also."
So we will get a holding penalty on Macomb, so a 10-yard mark-off. And that was near the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to mark it from about the 20.
They didn't mark it off. They put the ball right back at the same spot, so actually they gained yardage on the penalty from the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, the hold was a few yards past the line of scrimmage, so it should bring up should make it first and
16 or 17.
Yeah, I'm guessing about 17.
10-yard penalty against the Bombers.
Okay, so they gave him 2 yards past the line of scrimmage, so it's going to bring up a 1st and 18 now.
Move the ball back inside the 15 to the 14.
1st and about 18 yards to go.
3 wide receiver set, motion to the near side now.
Campbell.
Jet sweep, ball on the ground, and
I think Campbell.
There's some blue jerseys, there's some white jerseys.
Number 3, Evis Campbell.
Evis Campbell on the was the man attempting the wide receiver sweep, and he's the man that got on the football for Macomb.
He looked upset that some blue players landed on him when he was on the ground, but sorry, kid, that's a live ball there. It's bouncing around. So a loss of yardage on that one as well. So it'll bring up a 2nd and about 22 now. 3 wide receivers far side, 1 near side, shotgun formation. Going to be an out route to the far side.
Allen. And a good job over there on the far side for minimal gain. That was Sam Hensley on the stop.
Going to get a gain of about 12. It's going to bring up a 3rd and about close to 3rd and 10 now. Maybe a little short of the stick, so say 3rd and 11.
6:40 to play here in the opening quarter. And a timeout going to be taken by Macomb. And we'll be back here at Bushnell High School in just a couple minutes.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life. Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Welcome back here.
Say welcome back here to Bushnell Prairie City High School. 6:38 in the first quarter remaining, no score. BWP Sparclones hosting the Macomb Bombers, a rematch from last week's contest in Macomb.
Sideline cameras, and I'd like to thank John and Madison for running those cameras for us on the sidelines. Got some great shots last week, and out here on the sidelines again on a nice Friday night, getting some sideline views for us.
3 wide receivers far side, 1 near side, shotgun formation, 1 setback is Minear, excuse me. Going to look to pass, going to be under pressure, roll out to the near side. He's going to look to throw across the field, wide open, and it's going to be enough for a first down all the way up to the Macomb 49-yard line.
Number 7 on the catch.
Drawn on the reception.
First down, Macomb.
So now we got to say his name twice now after making up for last week.
Right.
So a breakdown in coverage leads to a first down for the Macomb Bombers. 1st and 10 now from their own 49-yard line. They're going to come out with the 3 wide receiver set, split backfield, be offset power I, handoff straight up the middle. And this time, BWP is going to get him for a very short gain of maybe 1.
Very short gain on the play by
Reiner the carry. We saw a lot of that last week, and it seemed like last week he was 6 or 7 yards before someone would make contact. And so far tonight, on the first time of him running it off of that straight power play, very short, minimal gain for the Bombers on that. Be 2nd and 9 now for the Bombers.
Clock under 6 to play, 5:50 to go, opening quarter, no score.
Three wide receivers to the far side, 1 near side. Going to roll out to the far side, going to throw to the flat. It's going to be caught by Campbell, and he's going to get enough for the first down. He's going to have a gain of, call it 10. It's going to bring up a 1st and 10 for the Bombers at the BWP 40-yard line.
Pass completed to Evan Campbell. First down.
Ball just outside the 40 at the BWP 41.
Coming out with 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 far side. Split back off to the left side. Ball high snap, going to be loose, going to be back in Macomb territory where Duncan's going to fall on it at about the 45-yard line. Now they're going to mark it back at the 44-yard line.
Also 14 on the snap.
Recovered back at about the 44-yard line.
So 2nd and about 24 now.
That's 26.
Yeah, 26.
I say a loss of 16 on that snap. Parked it back here on the backside of the 45-yard line. So a 2nd and very long for the Bombers. 3 wide receivers set, shotgun formation. Going to be a handoff to the near side. He's going to cut it up the middle. He's going to have a gain of about 7, it looks like, back into BWP territory to about the 49-yard line.
Shin 42 on the stop for BWP.
66, Josh Grable.
Josh
Gets the ball.
Grable, 66, also on the stop for the Sparclones.
We gained about 12.
Third down, Bombers.
3rd down and about 17, 18 to go. Clock down to 4:08 to play. Nova score here in the opening quarter.
Another big 3rd down play here for the BWP defense. 3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 near side, shotgun formation. Duncan going to drop back, look to pass, throws it to the far sideline, and it is going to be incomplete. Good defense there as Macomb had a receiver open, and the closing BWP defender might have taken his eyes off the ball.
Logan Hilton on the defense for BWP. And that was Allen, I believe, on the attempt, on the receiving end of that attempted pass.
Something we didn't get to see last week, I don't think, Chris, but first punt of the night for Macomb. At least their punt team is on the field. Manier back to do the punting as he did the kick. And it's going to be a fumble on the snap. He's going to get it off. Low line drive kick to the near side. Going to take a somewhat of a Macomb roll all the way down to, say, the 26-yard line is where BWP will take over 1st and 10.
First and 10 for the Sparclones.
So BWP will start their second possession of the contest, first and 10 from their own 28-yard line. 2 wide receiver set, full house backfield, Hensley under center. Handoff going to be first back through. I believe that, I think that was Regal. I'm not for sure.
Minimal gain of maybe 1.
Oh.
Oh, more than that.
Are your glasses fogged up, Chris?
Yeah, they are. So
That's a gain of about 3. Arnie says a gain of about 4.
we'll give them credit for 4.
It's a lot better than 1.
You know what? I may just have to go back to the contacts. I'm afraid.
Or a new prescription.
No, it's just the. Oh, yeah.
Full house backfield, handoff to Shin. He's going to have enough for a first down. He's going to have it up to about the BWP 40-yard line.
Minear on the stop, also drawn for Macomb. 3 minutes to go, 3:01 to play here in the first.
You know, this is what we saw BWP go to in the second half of last week's game, and you know they would
success.
Yeah, you know, 3-4 yards here, 3-4 yards there, then they'd break a nice big one. So, same formation once again, full house backfield. Going to be a handoff second back through. That's going to be Hensley. He's going to get now. He's going to have a minimal gain of about 1.
I was just a couple plays behind.
Second and 10 for BWP.
2:35 to play. Bomber Sloan, that's drawn. Jordan Drawn will slow to get up for the Bombers.
We're going to have officials timeout here, and we'll be back here in just a few minutes.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
And we're back here for Bushnell Prairie City High School. No score here, 2:35 remaining in the first quarter as Jordan Drawn being helped off the field. You can already see the difference in tonight's game where, you know, the familiarity of the two teams playing each other, as things that you saw last week that were just wide open for both teams aren't there this week, and some new little wrinkles are making a difference. Back to live action we go. Full house backfield, 2 wide receiver set. Second and 9 for the Sparclones. Going to be a keeper here to the near side. It's going to be a QB rollout. He's got some nice yardage. He's going to tuck his
first down
knee. He's going to get it just across the 50. That will be enough for a BWP first down.
82, Langdon Allen on the stop for Macomb. You talk about familiarity. I can actually know some of the numbers from Macomb after back-to-back weeks of seeing them and seeing some of these guys in the both sides, obviously, in the JV game on Monday. So that'll move the clock down to 2:20 to play here. Still no score in the opening quarter.
BWP into Bomber territory just on the other side of the 50-yard line. Full house backfield, 2 wide receiver set. Hensley under center. Going to drop back, look to throw it. Going to throw one down the near sideline. It's going to be intercepted.
Wow, nice play.
Allen.
Yep, Langdon Allen, 82.
I tell you what, you've got number 14, Matthew Geltmacher out there. He goes, 6'3", 6'4". That ball you throw up in the air and let him go up and get it. And that one was just too much on a line drive, and Allen doesn't look like he's very short himself. So
6'2", 165 pounds.
So see, you're only looking about an inch, 2 inches difference in height there. That's a ball you got to let him go up and get. You can't. That he pretty much handcuffed him with that throw. Macomb takes over, 1st and 10, 3 wide receivers set. Offset power I, going to be handoff up the middle. And
nice. Josh Grable, 66 on the stop.
No gain, if anything. Maybe you're giving him a short gain, maybe a half yard.
Reiner on the carry.
Yeah, and that's one of those differences we were talking about. Like we said, that play right there worked for Macomb all night long last week.
2nd and 10.
So that puts us down to 1:40 to go here in the opening quarter. No score between the Bombers and Sparclones.
2 wide receivers far side, 1 near side, shotgun formation. Handoff up the middle to Reiner. He's going to break a tackle at the line of scrimmage and end up getting a gain of about 8. It's going to bring up a 3rd and a long 1, short 2. Yeah,
Or Kitch, 56 on the stop.
we're going to say that's just go ahead and that's a 3rd and 2.
Down to a minute to go here in the opening quarter.
3rd down.
Bombers going to come out in a 3 wide receiver set with an offset power eye backfield. Duncan in the shotgun. That worked last week, not this week, and the handoff up the middle, and Shane Shin with the tackle in the line behind the line of scrimmage. Going to be
Stop by number 42, Shane Shin.
it looks like there's going to be got back to the line of scrimmage, but it's going to be a 4th and 1.
Clock down to 20 seconds to play here. First quarter, no score.
Last week we saw BWP jump off sides twice here in this kind of situation. We're going to go with a split backfield, 3 wide receiver set, Duncan under center this time.
And that's going to end the opening quarter with no score.
Yeah, I think what they were just trying to do there was draw them off sides, but no score at the end of 1 here from BWP High School.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True Convection Cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. End of 1 here at the friendly confines, and it is 0-0. Macomb Bombers and BWP playing to no score here in the first quarter. Bushnell Prairie City had 2 possessions. Macomb had 1. Macomb on their second possession now.
Yep.
And see if we can thank a couple of our sponsors here real quick. Tri-County Seeds. Tri-County Seeds, your local Golden Harvest seed advisor, located in Scioto, Illinois, rooted in genetics, agronomy, and service for 10 years. Contact Nate Todd at 333-3437 for all your Golden Harvest corn, soybean, and seed treatment needs. So we're going to come out 4th and 1 here. Macomb came to the line last time, tried to draw BWP off sides with minimal time left on the clock, and so it looks like now they're going to come back out once again with the offense on the field, deep in their own territory. BWP just needs to watch the ball. I-back formation, 3 wide receiver set. Going to be a QB sneak right up the middle, and he's going to have about a gain of 5 on 4th and 1. It'll be 1st and 10 now from the Macomb Bomber, call it 39, just shy of the 40-yard line.
Clock rolling just underway here in the second quarter, 11:50 to play.
Three wide receiver set. Shotgun formation. He's going to roll out to the near side. Going to throw it deep down had Campbell wide open down the near sideline. Overthrew him by about 4 yards. Geltmacher on the coverage.
On that inside route, Allen for Macomb, his defender fell down and was wide open here coming down this near side.
I think that's when your eyes get big, because Campbell had 2 or 3 steps on Geltmacher as well, and he went ahead and went to go for the home run ball, just overthrew it a little bit.
That'll stop the clock with 11:35 to play.
2nd and 10 now for the Bombers. 3 wide receiver set, split backfield, shotgun formation. High snap, going to fake the first handoff, give the second back through, and he's going to be brought down in the backfield.
Tyler Welch, the ball carrier.
Welch, 32.
Stop for a loss on the play. Matthew Sennett on the stop.
Matt Sennett on the stop.
I guess he got back to the line of scrimmage. Should be up a 3rd and 10 now for the Bombers.
No gain on the play. 3rd and 10.
Bombers break the huddle here. Beginning of the second quarter. No score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. 4 wide receiver set, 3 near side, 1 far side, shotgun formation. Going to look here to the near side, going to look in the flat, going to pull it down under pressure, throws it deep. It's going to be intercepted by
Logan Hilton.
As I say, number 1, Logan Hilton on the interception.
And a good return is going to take it across the 40 in Bomber territory. Nope, they're going to mark it back at about the 43-yard line. And you look at that route, there were 3 receivers on the side and only 2 defenders over here.
Yep.
And just a clear overshoot on the pass by Duncan right in the number of Hilton.
Yeah, the thing was, too, you could hear some of the coaches, at least I could hear the coaches saying, watch it in the flat. That's where he went to throw it, and Hilton stepped right up there in that flat, and the ball came right to him. Full house backfield now for BWP off the turnover. Going to be second back through near side. I believe that is going to be
Will Hensley.
Will Hensley. He's up the middle.
He's gone.
And he is going to be in for the BWP touchdown. 43 yards after the interception by Hilton. Turning turnovers into points is what you need to do.
Score coming with 10:32 to play.
And I think for the first time, if you haven't been here, you now get a view of the Muffler Mafia.
What an awesome sound. We missed that. .43 yards on the first play after the pick by Hilton. Scores 6 for BWP.
BWP going to come out for the 2-point conversion. Same formation, full house backfield, 2 wide receiver set. And it's going to be a keeper by the other Hensley this time. He's going to be in for the 2-point conversion. 10:32 into the second quarter. BWP strikes first, and they are on top 8-0 over the Macomb Bombers.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
Welcome back here to Bushnell Prairie City High School. BWP strikes first as we come back from the commercial break. 8-0, 43-yard run by Sam Hensley. And then the 2-point
Will
Hensley, and the 2-point conversion by Sam Hensley. So I got him backwards. I'm not the first one to do it.
I know.
That's right. Now I will. Thanks for putting that in my head, Dwayne. And there's my favorite set of cleats on the whole team out there, ready to kick the ball off.
Laughlin set the kick for the Sparclones.
Laughlin for BWP. I don't know what it is, those neon green cleats, man. I love them. That'd be something I would have wore.
Yeah, well, it definitely stands out. You can definitely tell where he's at on the field.
Nice deep kick by Laughlin's going to be bounce at the 20, going to take a bounce behind the would-be return guy. I think that's Campbell. He's going to bring it across the field.
Now that's 2.
And he's going to be brought down. He's actually going to lose yardage. He's going to lose 5 yards on the return.
Denzel Cochran on the return.
It's a number. I thought that was a 3. It is a 2.
Xavier Hilton on the stop.
Between our sets of eyes, we can actually see something. I think.
That's debatable.
Sit down, Dwayne. We don't need your eyes in this. So a 5-yard loss on the return as it was initially fielded at about the 17, 18-yard line, brought down at the 15. So Macomb starts 1st and 10 from their own 15-yard line. 3 wide receivers set, 2 far side, 1 near side. Offset power I, going to be handoff to Reiner up the middle. He's going to have his best gain so far of the night. He's going to have a gain of, call it 5. It'll bring up a 2nd and 5 for the Bombers. Bushnell Banking Center, a branch of Raritan State Bank, located 360 South Green Street. Bushnell offers full-service banking and loan services for all your banking needs. Come visit the Bank of Friendly Service. Call them at 772-2345. Good luck, Sparclones. Bushnell Banking Center's equal housing lender, member FDIC.
9:54 to play here in the first half. 8-0 lead for BWP.
Second and 5 now for the Bombers. They're going to spread it out. 3 wide receiver set. Offset power I in the shotgun. Handoff right up the middle again. This time he's going to be hit in the backfield. He's going to spin away from the first tackler and then get a gain of, call it 4 maybe, Chris. It's going to bring up a third. Yeah, going to bring up a 3rd and 1. Tell you what, we had the tackle in the backfield. Would-be tackler lowered his head and didn't follow through with it.
3rd and 1.
So 3rd and 1 now. BWP could use another big stop here deep in Macomb territory.
Clock down to 9:09 to play. First half.
Same formation. 2 wide receivers to the near side, 1 far side. That should have been a false start. Hit in the backfield, say shit, and he's going nowhere.
Reiner again, I believe, on the carry, and Reiner a little slow. Now he's up. Wow. That was a hit.
Shane Shin on the linebacker blitz hits him about 1.5 yards deep in the backfield. It's going to be a loss of 1 now.
That's going to drop Minear back at about his own 7. Wilt Hensley and Logan Hilton back at midfield for the punt.
Bad snap on the last punt. See how this one does deep in their own territory. Good snap this time. A little better of a punt. It's going to be still, should have been caught. BWP is going to let that ball drop, and it's going to take a Macomb bounce all the way down to the 38-yard line. At least fair catch that one. Don't sidestep it and let it take that kind of bounce.
A little line drive on it, so I don't know if...
I think you'd rather catch the line drive than the one that you're trying to stand underneath and catch, but...
It kind of looked like at the last second, I don't know, from up here it looked like it was maybe wobbling, ducking a little bit down.
Either way, it's 1st and 10 from the BWP 38. Exactly. Full house backfield, 2 wide receiver set.
8:12 to go here in the first half.
Handoff near side on the second back through. Hensley once again. He's going to have a gain of let's give him 7.
Gain of 6 on the play.
Arnie's only giving him 6. He's being cheap tonight. It's because he's all the way down there and not with us.
So we'll call it a 2nd and a short 4, long 3.
I think he's upset because he's not right beside us like usual. Full house backfield once again, BWP. Once again, this time first back through. I believe that's Regal.
Going to be close, but I think just a little short of the first down marker.
Yeah, his knee went down before that second stretch. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and 1 for BWP.
7:25 to play here in the first half. BWP on top, 8-0. Ball at the Sparclone 47.
BWP comes to the line of scrimmage here, 3rd and 1, on top, 8-0. Full house backfield once again for the Sparclones. Second back through, that's Shane Shin. He's hitting the backfield. He's going to stretch forward. It's going to be a close spot. This guy on this side here, it's going to be short, but it's going to be about 4th and inches.
Just line up under center with Hensley and just do keep right behind the center.
4th and less than a yard to go.
Yep, I don't even think you worry about turning around to make the handoff. You just...
Timeout going to be taken by Macomb. Their first.
Timeout for Macomb, 8-0 here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. Helping to bring tonight's action, McDonough District Hospital. McDonough District Hospital Athletic Trainers and MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell and Macomb. Provide expert help to Sparclone student athletes and prevention, care, and rehabilitation of athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than a hospital care, a hospital caring. And Community News Briefs. The Community News Briefs is a free publication distributed to over 68 locations in Bushnell, Macomb, Colchester, Industry, Adair, and more towns throughout the area. It provides local news to McDonough County and parts of Fulton County every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. To submit press release or get advertising information for the locally owned publication, contact Lynn at 309-333-8245 or email communitybrief@gmail.com.
6:26 to play here in the first half. I think, we got a second. I'm going to grab my heavier coat. It's getting a little chilly.
I didn't learn from last week. I literally think I have the same. I think I have a different hoodie on, but I'm just like, hey, you know what? It's 50. I'm wearing sweats. I did wear the Michigan hat tonight instead of the Cardinal hat. Thought we'd change it up a little bit since,
you're the only Big Ten team left in the NCAA tournament.
So here we go on 4th and short for BWP. Handoff straight up, or quarterback keeper straight to the middle. He's going to have the first down. The official on this side is marking it, saying this is where it goes.
They waited a long time to blow that whistle, and Macomb thought when the whistle was blown that.
That's a first down.
Short gain on the play for Hensley.
He can bring the chains across. I thought he had it. And forward progress was well across the line, it looked like from up here. And you and I are sitting right about at the down marker.
It looked so slow motion. It was almost like nobody moved, and the ball was kind of – I tell you what, they don't blow that whistle when they do. They wait about 30 seconds later, and he's down the sidelines.
I don't know. Trying to guess here. I think we've got it.
As they're going to set the chains, and they're going to pull it tight.
Oh, bad spot.
Yeah,
bad spot.
I agree with the coaches on the spot on that one there, but to be honest with you, he disappeared into that pile, and who knew where he was really at? I mean, the officials go by what they think is right, and it'll be a turnover on downs in their own territory. So Macomb will take over 1st and 10 from the BWP 48-yard line.
6:15 to play. BWP on top, 8-0.
I think Macomb would love to do a quick strike here, get them points back on the board that they lost on a turnover, get the turnover on downs and get some right back on the board. They're going to come out the 4 wide receiver set, 1 setback. And they're going to do a quick pass out here to the near sideline to Campbell. He's going to do a little in route. Break.
First down.
I won't say he broke tackles. He avoided tacklers. He's going to have a gain of about 12, it looks like. So it'll be a 1st and 10 Macomb now from the BWP 36-yard line.
Second catch for Campbell on the night for 22 yards.
Six minutes remaining here in the first half. 8-0 is the score. BWP on top. 3 wide receivers far side, 1 near side. Shotgun formation. Going to look to the near side, still looking under pressure. He's going to get wrapped up, break the one would-be tackle. Pump fake, and now he's just going to throw it out of bounds.
Send it on the pressure for BWP.
Good coverage by the BWP secondary, good pressure by the down lineman, and with that causes an incomplete pass.
2nd and 10, clock stopped, 5:36 to play here in the first half. BWP on top, 8-0 over Macomb.
Two wide receivers far side, 1 near side, offset power I in the shotgun. Fake the handoff, throw over slant over the middle. It's going to be completed, enough for a first down all the way down to about the 15-yard line.
21 on the play.
A gain of 21 to Allen. It'll be a first down, 1st and 10 from about the 16-yard line.
Clock 5:30 and counting here in the opening half.
Two wide receivers near side, one far side. Handoff to Reiner up the middle. He's going to be met at about the line of scrimmage, but he's going to be brought down after a gain of
a couple.
Yeah, wait till they spot it. It's either gain of 2 or 3. We'll see after the official spot.
Gain on the play.
Looks like a 2-yard gain to me. 2nd and 8 now, Bombers. Under 5 minutes to go here in the first half. Two wide receivers to the bottom here, one to the top. Offset power right. Duncan in the shotgun. Handoff to Reiner up the middle once again. Going to pick his way through. He's going to have another short gain up to about the 10-yard line.
That's
on the stop.
That's a gain of about 3. It's going to bring up a 3rd down, and we're going to call it 5.
4:25 to play here in the opening half. 8-0 lead for BWP.
I'm so used to giving the score so everyone knows after 13 years that I look back and I'm like, oh, yeah, it's at the bottom of the screen.
That's for those that are just listening.
That's true. Two wide receivers to the bottom of the screen, one to the top. Offset power I. Shotgun formation for Duncan. I think we got a jump here on the offense this time.
Yeah, Campbell here on this near side.
And I saw one on the far side, too.
Outside receiver, so a 5-yard mark off. Going to make it a 3rd and about 10. 3:56 to play here in the opening half.
Maximum 5 yards.
8-0 lead for BWP.
3rd and 9.
Or 3rd and 9 after the mark off. One wide receiver to the far side, 2 to the near side. Going to roll out to the near side, look over the middle, going to lob one towards the end zone, and just overshot his receiver by about a yard.
Will Hensley, Logan Hilton, and Shin on the coverage. There were 3 black jerseys there.
And I tell you what, Duncan had the right idea because he couldn't have fit that into the hole. He had to throw it to a spot and hope that Allen could run underneath it. He just overshot him just a little bit.
And a timeout taken by McComb with 3:40 to play. Their second.
The new director giving me cues.
Kenny Suter.
Those are the best cues I've got all night. McDonough Telephone Cooperative. The West Prairie game stream is made possible by McDonough Telephone's fiber internet. McDonough Telephone offers a lightning fast and reliable fiber internet video phone camera systems in the McDonough County area. Call 776-3211 to check your availability. Square Music Company. Square Music Company offers instrument, gears, lessons, services, and more. Located at 122 Northside Square in Macomb. Call Macomb Store at 309-431-5484. You can also visit the Quincy location at 725 North Hampshire Street. You can also find them online at squaremusic.com. I need to make a trip there, as I was broke the old high E string on the guitar the other night and had a nice little welt across the hand from it. Kenny shaking his head, he's like, I know that feeling. It's just like, you just turn it just a little bit, it's like ding, ding, and you hear that snap. You're just like, oh, I can't do nothing about it.
So 4th and 9 out of the Bomber timeout. Again, they have 1 remaining. BWP with 2.
Yep. We're going to come out with a 3 wide receiver set near side, 1 far side, shotgun formation here on 4th and 9 for the Bombers. Going to look to the near side. He's going to be under pressure. There's a hold. They're not going to call that. He's got all sorts of room, but he's going to try to throw it.
Got it. Touchdown.
And they're going to mark him short of the end zone.
Allen. And you're right, short of the end zone.
It'll be enough for a 1st and goal from about the half-foot line, it looks like. Miles, what's it look like there on the camera? About a half foot?
First and goal from the 1. 3:30 to play. BWP on top, 8-0.
We're going to come up under center this time with the I-back formation behind him, and it's going to be a QB keeper up the middle, enough for the touchdown for the Macomb Bombers.
Touchdown for the Bombers.
Duncan on the 1-yard touchdown run.
3:19 remaining in the half.
3:19 remaining in the half. 8-6 with the 2-point conversion. I'm predicting, since that's what they went for all last week. And to tie the ball game, I would naturally guess that.
Yes.
Keep trying to, not use the assumption word, but we'll come with a little longer huddle than usual. They're going to come in all jammed in together. 4 wide receivers in tight, motion to the near side. Going to look for that motion man. Going to throw it over the middle, and it's going to be caught by Campbell.
Yep.
So the 2-point conversion is good. So 3:19 remaining here in the first half. The score is 8-8 here from Bushnell Prairie City High School.
It is the Sparclones 8, Bombers.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
Prairie City High School, 8-8 your score, 3:19 remaining in the first half. A little closer game than last week, Chris, and I guess you would say a better defensive struggle between both.
Yeah, as you said, I think a lot of that's got to do with the familiarity of playing Macomb last week. And like you said, some of the plays that worked well, at least here so far in the first half for Macomb, BWP's done a much better job on defending that. Minear in to kick again for Macomb. Will Hensley and Logan Hilton back for the Sparclones.
High kick, far sideline, going to be muffed by Shin. He's going to pick it up after that. He's going to have some running room.
Out to the 33-yard line.
Surprised that's not a flag right there, but
they saw Sam Hensley go flying backwards.
Yeah, number looked like 32
Welch
for Macomb, kind of with a blindside hit. Normally nowadays that's a 15-yard penalty, but I guess it was close enough to the play that they let that one slide. BWP is going to come out this time. They're going to spread the field. They're going to have 1 wide receiver near side, 2 far side. Handoff going to be faked up the middle to Shin. Hensley's going to keep it to the near sideline.
Nice.
Two big stiff arms, and he's going to drop a shoulder on another one. Ball all the way up to about the 49-yard line.
Gain of 16.
Will Hensley showing the strength there. Stiff arms 2 people off of him, and the last guy says, "You're just getting the shoulder." First and 10 BWP, ball right near the 50-yard line, about a yard short. 3 minutes remaining here in the first half. 8-8 your score.
Just remember BWP with 2 timeouts remaining. We heard Coach Akers reminding Coach Roddice down on the field of that while we were after the Macomb score.
Full house backfield, 2 wide receivers set. Crossbuck near side, that is Hensley. We're going to have a flag and a holding.
Hensley ahead for about 3.
There is a penalty marker down on the field.
Usually when, as we said before, when that official throws the flag where he's throwing it from, that is going to be a hold 99% of the time.
Be marked off midfield, it looks like.
Should take it back to the 40-yard line.
First and about 20.
Holding is the call against the Sparclones. 10-yard penalty. Takes the ball back to about the 39-yard line.
I guess these guys don't work together. The other guy marks it off on the sideline and shows him where to mark it, and then that guy's always marked it back a yard past where he goes.
2:35 to go. Clock continuing to tick down. 8-8 between the Bombers and the Sparclones.
So that will bring up a 1st and 20. The
ball's back at about the 39, but the down marker's right at the 40 on the far side.
Handoff to
Oh.
Shin. He got tripped up by his own
hole.
player.
He had a nice hole here on this near side.
He did. It looked like number 73 for BWP. You don't have a 73.
That White Hodgkins, that was a number change, I think, from last
Yep,
week.
yep. Yeah, it looked like he stuck his foot back trying to open that hole up, and Shin just tripped over it, or he had a whole lot of running room.
So 2nd and 18 now as we're down to 1:47 to play first half.
Going to fake the handoff, going to look to throw deep over the middle.
Oh,
just overthrown.
Oh, and there was some contact before the ball. I guess they're calling incidental contact.
Matt Geltmacher falls incomplete.
Matt Geltmacher on the intended receiver.
I mean, there's incidental contact, and there's what looked like some uniform being pulled. I'm not for sure.
3rd down.
Well, that replay was ineffective.
Clock stopped with 1:39 to play. 3rd and 18.
3rd and 18 BWP. If they can't get it all back right now, which you don't expect them to go for, at least a good chunk of it, maybe pin them deep with the punt. Full house backfield. Going to keep it. Going to look to throw back to the near side to Shin. He's going to break one tackle, but then get pushed out of bounds.
Got back to the line of scrimmage.
He might have even gained about a half yard, but he's going to go out of bounds, which unfortunately is going to stop the clock as well, so no one needs to use a timeout here.
1:29 to play.
So 4th and about 17. Is that Geltmacher back to do the punting now?
That is. Trying to see if it's a 25 or a 26. 26, Jake.
Well, I think that's.
Or is it 14? Oh, yeah, it is 14, Matt Geltmacher.
High snap. That's all right for him, though.
Nice.
And that's
kick.
why he's punting. Take a nice hop here.
That's going to go inside the 25 down to about the 23.
I think if you, this is where the thinking man part of the game comes in. You're always taught down the ball.
Right.
That's what you just stand there and let the time run off
Right.
and let the official blow it dead finally.
That's going to give Macomb 1:19, tied at 8. One timeout only, though, for the Bombers.
BWP with one interception already tonight. I do believe it's the only quote-unquote turnover of the game. We do have 2 turnovers on downs.
Macomb had an interception at Hensley there in the
that's
first
right.
quarter.
That's right.
On the opening drive.
2 wide receivers near side, 1 far side. Going to drop back, going to look to the far side, roll to the near side. Finally going to let one go deep down the near sideline. And no flags, good.
Hensley and Hensley.
Yep. And if anything, if you're looking for a flag on that one, you're probably looking at the white shirt as he was the one reaching back, trying to push away from the defenders.
1:11 to play with the incomplete pass.
So it didn't take a whole lot of time off the clock, but the incomplete pass stops it. 2nd and 10 now for the Bombers from their own 24-yard line. 1 wide receiver far side, 2 near side. Handoff up the middle by Reiner.
And slammed to the turf by Shane Shin. Gain of 3. 4.
Yeah, we'll give a game of 3. It'll be a 3rd and 7 now.
Clock under a minute to play. 52 seconds to go. We're tied at 8. Bombers will get the football to start the second half.
I almost think this is probably one of those give her a heave and see what happens. If not, it's still 4th down and we can run the clock out. Or
yeah, with 36 seconds, and they're just now getting in the line.
going to be possibly the last play. If they run the ball, they're just waiting to go. They're taking it into halftime.
Trying to just draw Macomb off, or BWP off. Macomb going to take their final timeout of the first half.
23.9 seconds remaining here in the first half. 8-8 the score. Macomb Bombers with the ball. 3rd and 7 from their own 26-yard line. M&B Furniture, Bushnell's only furniture store, will be celebrating its 60th anniversary in June. M&B Furniture is the mainstay in the county and offers top-notch customer service, free delivery within 40 miles, and the best home appliance repair in the area. For everything you need to finish your new home, or replenish an old one, stop by and see them at 481 West Main Street and find them on the Facebook, Instagram, or the web, mnbfurniturinc.com. You can call them at 772-2111. And Farmers and Merchant State Bank, for over 100 years, Farmers and Merchant State Bank of Bushnell has been servicing the local community's needs, the personal and business bank, as well as home and agricultural lending. And its trust department, stop by the main branch at 484 East Main Street in Bushnell, or drive a facility on Cole Street. To learn more, F&M is a member of FDIC and equal housing lender. So out of the Macomb Bomber last time out, it'll be 3rd and 7 from their own 26-yard line. 8-8 the score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. 23.9 seconds remaining in the first half. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 far side. Full halfback goes to the I-back position. Going to fake the handoff to him. Going to throw one deep down the near side. Has Campbell off of his fingertips. Ball is incomplete. It'll bring up a 4th and 7 now with 18 seconds remaining.
Wow.
Just off the fingertips of Campbell.
Hensley on the coverage again. Will Hensley, also Sam Hensley back. And that'll stop the clock with 18 seconds to play.
That's one of those things that we've seen it now for, we'll say, 2.5 or a game and a half now. He's going for number 3 when he wants that big play.
Yep.
High kick. This one's going to be fielded by Hensley, straight up the sideline.
Stepped out, got knocked out. Ooh, close, but going to be knocked out at about the 43-yard line with 9.2 seconds to play here in the first half.
Do you know how strong Hensley's arm is?
We're going to find out.
I think we should find out. That's exactly what I think we should find out.
You talked about throwing it down there and let the white jerseys see if you can draw some contact.
Why not?
Let's see if the black can draw a little bit of contact.
I would put all your receivers on the far side, let Hensley roll out to this strong side, and just let that thing go down the field. You say that, but we're also so good at popping that run out of nowhere and that crossbuck action too. But we are going to spread the field. 2 wide receivers. You've got Geltmacher and Hensley at the far side, which I would say that would probably be the
Hilton here on the near side.
He's going to drop straight back. Now he's going to roll out. He's going to roll into some pressure, get brought down
by Minear for no gain. And
BWP is going to use
timeout.
2 seconds remaining here in the first half. BWP uses their second of 3 timeouts.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
Commercial break. Chris, as you were saying during the commercial break.
Oh, boy. This is great to be back here and see this view. We have not seen this since October 2019 here at
other than, there isn't another football field but this is the best view from where we're at. This spot in the Crow's Nest, this is where you like to be.
Yep. I would 100% agree with you on that one.
With Miles right beside me on the main camera bringing you all the action. You got to wave on that end of it.
Of course, great work down on the sidelines by Madison and John on our sideline cameras.
2 seconds to go. Full house backfield BWP. Going to fake the handoff. He's going to keep it around the near
that's
side.
Will on the carry. He's going to gain about 10, and that'll end the first half.
Brought down by number 9, not voting Otto.
So at the end of the first half, it is 8-8 here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. The Macomb Bombers and Bushnell Prairie City West Prairie Sparclones decided, you know what, we had so much fun last week, let's just go ahead and run it back. You know, we'll just come to your place this time and let's have some fun. We had it last week, let's do it again.
Well, when talking with Coach Rodis, it's not, records don't really matter this spring. It's just the fact that the kids get to play. I talked with Coach Weston at halftime of the JV game on Monday night, and sentiment's exactly the same. Hey, the kids get 6 weeks. These seniors get 6 weeks.
Yep.
Wins and losses don't matter. It's just, great to get them out there and get them on the field and get them an opportunity to play football for their senior season.
Yeah, and I can tell you this. I mean, as you know, that I drive a bus for them. I take the kids to practice on Monday and sometimes Thursdays if they have to go to Scioto. When they were coming back Monday, when I went and picked them up, usually Coach Rodis and I, that's when we get a lot of insight in, talk about what happened the week before, what he's getting in. I'm able to use that time for a little knowledge to share here on the headset on Friday nights. I got none of that Monday because all the way back it was constant phone calls of Rodis working to get game because they knew that West Hancock was no longer an option, and he was doing everything he could to get a game Friday night for tonight, even Saturday, and discussing it a little bit with him. I mean, there were options of playing 5A, 6A school. I'm not for sure where the 800 enrollment comes in class-wise.
Right.
That's like 6A or somewhere in there. But we were looking at games even with those schools just to get because they didn't have games either.
Right.
But, as it come to work out, Macomb ended up not having a game either, so we were able to just run it back.
Which is great. I mean, unfortunate that West Hancock and Farmington aren't able to play right now, but nice that, this worked out. And Coach Rodis, his work trying to find this out, the administrations and the ADs at both schools, being able to put this together relatively quick as we saw during basketball season. Things changed at a drop of a hat. We end up with a game against United that I think was got on Thursday that they ended up playing on the next night. So I guess that's just kind of the MO of this 2021 sports season is stay tuned because things will change at the drop of a hat.
Yep.
Literally, within a day, things will change or less. We're at halftime here, 8-8 between the Bombers and the Sparclones, and we've got the band here at Bushnell Prairie City High School out on the field to perform.
You got some first half stats for us
Well,
there, Chris?
I'm going to start working on those for us here, and I'll have those for you here in just a couple of minutes.
Although it peaked at number 28 on the chart, Bob Seger's old-time rock and roll was once named the number 2 jukebox hit of all time.
Heil Enterprises and Heil Trucking can take your product down the road near or far and also offers top-notch heavy-duty truck and trailer repair. The second-generation business continues to grow and continue to support local athletics. Stop by and see Danny or Travis at Route 41, South Prairie City, or call them at 309-775-3333. I feel like that ad is missing something. It's been so many years of reading that, with the three names, and now it's just Danny and Travis. I'm like, where's John?
Yeah.
But you know what? I guess everyone deserves a good retirement.
Yes.
Beck Pest Control. Don't let the varmints and creepy crawlies get the best of you. Contact Beck Pest Control in Colchester. Beck Pest Control can let you sleep easy when the lights are out, knowing you have no uninvited guests running around. Contact them at 313-5521. That's Beck Pest Control. Get the bugs out. United Community Bank. United Community Bank services are designed to keep you in the game when you are on the go. With online and mobile banking, that's nothing but net to friendly services you can count on from the leader of community banking. Choosing UCB is always a slam dunk. Visit a location near you with branches in Bushnell, Colchester, and Macomb. UCB is a member FDIC. I feel like that was a basketball read.
It was.
Slam dunk, all net.
All net, yeah.
Maybe we should be between the uprights and
There's nothing but a touchdown?
and a big hit.
Or a big, there's nothing but a touchdown.
Gonna have to use some white out and some. And the thing is, if it doesn't work one week, we can change it the next.
Right.
And Rosie's Pizza. Rosie's offers something for everyone with pasta, sandwiches, and of course pizza. Dine in or carry out at 458 East Main Street in Bushnell. They also deliver to Good Hope, Adair, and all points in between. For delivery, call 772-2101. Just stop in and say hi to Tony.
Our next song used to be a staple of the BPC pep band.
After the band, we'll step aside for a few of our TV or internet, I guess that should say internet commercials.
Well, I mean,
after the band's
you
done.
can say TV because I know some people are on their smart Samsung TV at home watching it.
I know JoJo's.
Yep.
Broadcasting the games up there, showing them on the big screen.
That's how I watch some of the basketball games at home. I just went to the old YouTube app on my smart TV and.
Yep. That's pretty cool.
So I actually the first time I did it was, that's the only bad thing about Friday nights is this is family steak night, and for 6 weeks I have to. Well, next week I don't have to since the game's Saturday,
right.
but
bypass steak night.
I have to miss family steak night. So, but during one of the basketball games, I think it might have been Abington or something. I don't remember who it was. But I was just like, let's see if I can get that on there, and sure enough, pulled it up there and went in
awesome.
and bookmarked it. So now Dad can just hop on there when he wants to, turn it on and. So, but yeah, this is I just say this is a really cool thing. You watch it on your phone, watch it on your tablet, watch it on your computer, wherever you get your YouTube app.
Big tip of the hat for Dwayne as he got this thing from the ground up, has been putting in a lot of long hours, multiple schools doing multiple games, and adding equipment when we picked up West Prairie as part of this. And, it's great to see people here. But I've been talking, getting a lot of feedback from the public going out, hey, you guys are doing a great job. We really enjoying the, you're seeing more and more people here. Crowds are going to start coming back, but I think this is going to be here to stay. I mean, we're getting grandparents in Florida that probably would never get to see their grandkids play, and they're watching every night, watching them play basketball, watching them play football. And I big tip to Dwayne and the school board here jumping on board with this and at West Prairie, and it's just I think it's been like I said, I probably at least 2 or 3 times a week somebody stops me and that knows, hey, you guys are doing a great job. We really enjoyed that.
That must have been for basketball.
No, they enjoyed football too, but it's just a neat thing. Like I said, the fact that you've got people, it was great when we were so limited on people. Now we're getting a little more, the restrictions are lessened up a little bit, and you're getting more people here and stuff. But
even with the people that still aren't comfortable
going out,
in crowds. And I mean, let's be honest, it's March. I mean, granted, I'm just in a hoodie tonight, but it's still a little chilly. I mean, you got the gloves, the heavy coat.
Yeah.
Some people are still in short sleeves. I mean. He still got that high school football mentality. Ain't wearing sleeves. There's no snow on the ground.
He's still got that young blood pumping through his veins that we don't.
We recognize our seniors and the BPC.
So that's the Bushnell Marching Band. We'll go to commercial break and you come back with stats?
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll kick it to commercial and we'll be back here shortly.
Well, we were camping. And then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life. Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
And we're back here from commercial break. Just under 10 minutes to go here at halftime. The score is 8-8. Tie ball game between Macomb High School and BWP. And Chris has some first half stats for us.
As long as my glasses don't fog up, I'll have first half stats for us. I might be better just taking them off. First for Macomb, Max Reiner, I've got 11 carries unofficially for 30 yards. Jack Duncan, 3 for -8 with the bad snap, and Jack Duncan with the lone touchdown for Macomb. And Tyler Welch, I've got 1 carry for no yards. Duncan, 5 of 13, 96 yards and an interception passing. Langdon Allen, 3 catches for 47 yards. Evis Campbell, 2 for 22, and Jacob Drawn with 1 catch for 27. For BWP, Shane Shin with 6 carries for 25 yards. Josh Riggle, 3 for 9. Sam Hensley, 2 for 10. Will Hensley, 6 for 85 and a touchdown. Passing Sam, 3 of 6, 28 yards and an interception. Will Hensley with 1 catch for 26. Josh Riggle and Shane Shin each with a catch for 1 yard apiece. The scoring summary here is we're tied at halftime 8-8. It was no score after the opening quarter, and then after a Logan Hilton interception on the very first play from the offensive side of the ball, Wilt Hensley goes 43 yards for a touchdown. Sam runs it in for the 2, Sam Hensley, and makes it 8-0 BWP with 10:32 to play in the opening half. And Macomb comes back on a Jack Duncan 1-yard touchdown run. Duncan's pass to Evis Campbell was good, and that made it 8-8. That score coming with 3:19 to play in the opening half, and that's where we're at halftime, Jeb. 8-8, Bombers and Sparclones.
It's been a very defensive-oriented first half, as we talked about. These two teams gonna have an idea of what to expect, and that's pretty much what we've seen. We've seen both teams pretty much move the ball back and forth between the 20-yard lines, but only twice in the contest has, anyone actually made it into pay dirt.
Yeah, we had 50 points in the game on last Friday night, 30-20 win for Macomb, and 16 thus far here in the opening half as we're tied at 8. It will be Bomber basketball, jeez, Bomber football as we start the second half of play, as the halftime clock down to about 3:15 as we see the Bombers coming back out to the field here off the south end of the field here at Bushel Prairie City High School. And of course, I said, here's a little irony. Of course, I should have known in the days of COVID, talking with Coach Weston from Macomb on Monday night in Macomb at the JV contest. I said, well, it's kind of a shame we're not going to see Macomb again because of Bushel and West Prairie going to 8-man in the fall. And lo and behold, here we are playing.
Oh, little did you know that the old COVID curveball was coming at us.
There we go. I like that. I like that. I think we can use that this year for this. COVID curveball.
All rights reserved, patent pending. Member FDIC.
An equal housing lender, right?
I was going to say equal housing renter, but just about 2.5 minutes to go here at halftime. As Chris said, 8-8 the score here from Bushnell High School. Just a reminder, not only did everything change this week because of COVID restrictions and quarantines and all that, plans are changing next week also, where the game was supposed to have been Friday night against Elmwood Brimfield. It'll be Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock. We'll be on the interwebs.
JV game or junior high
game
at
at 10.
You and I will be here for the varsity contest about 12:45.
You'll be here? If my alarm wakes me up since I worked the night before, I'll be here too.
Okay. Fair point. Fair point.
I guess I could just call your phone. You could put me on speakerphone, and you do color. I'll just go off of what you say till I get here. But.
With that, Elmwood Brimfield played West Hancock last Friday. West Hancock rolled into a 2-week COVID quarantine on Sunday, Monday. Range, Elmwood Brimfield has not had any, but because of guidelines and stuff, they have to set out a week. They are not eligible to play until next Saturday, so they'll play next Saturday without any practice time this week.
Or next week. They're not released until Friday and then play Saturday.
Right, that's why we'll play Saturday.
And then Farmington the week after will be getting off of COVID protocols the day before we play them.
Right.
So we're going to play Elmwood and Farmington, and neither team will have a practice coming in. So I guess that since Dwayne does bring those games to you as well, I just heard Coach Snyder down there advise that the game
with West Hancock.
Well,
he said West Hancock. I thought he said. But
so the
anyway,
the JV game that would be Monday will be Tuesday at Scioto. West Prairie High School, or you can just tune on here to TSSR Live, and the game will be on there as well.
Yeah, thanks again for all our great sponsors. Of course, our main sponsor here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, is Medina District Hospital.
And thank you for voting McDonough District Hospital Rehabilitation Center as the best of the best in McDonough County. Let your experienced and dedicated sports medicine and rehabilitation staff show you why MDH has been voted best of the best 2017, 18, 19, and again in 2020. 3 convenient locations to serve you, 2 in Macomb and 1 in Bushnell. So they added 3 minutes back on the clock. BWP's like, we don't need the extra time. Let's do this. Macomb out there still stretching on the field. It's a very tight contest. It almost comes down to who's going to give up the big play or who's going to make the big play.
Once again, get your tickets to win
As we've seen a couple passes by Macomb just off the fingertips, which could have been some big plays. We've seen some pretty big holes for the BWP guys to run through that, an accidental foot in the wrong spot brought those to a surprise end. But we've just been mere inches away from some pretty big plays here.
It will be, again, Bomber football to start the second half.
And as we got about a minute and a half remaining here before we end it, we'll throw it back for another commercial. We'll be right back.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
And we're back here at BWP High School. As we're just got about a minute left, and Macomb High has gone off to the far sideline. BWP huddled up here on the near sideline. We were just discussing the adventures of watching a 4-hour movie before you guys came back, and and I had to make the comment, I've already watched it twice, and it's that good, so. BWP to kick off here to start the second half as they got the ball to begin the ball.
We're going to see
begin the ball game.
Ball game. We're
The
gonna see
ball.
The ball.
The ball.
Jensen Laughlin, number 5, to kick off for BWP.
Got them green shoes on. Miles, you got to get those green shoes out there. Those things are. Those green shoes.
Miles does, by the way, have green shoes on.
Yes,
Just not
Miles
the green shoes we were talking about.
Miles's green shoes are like the
Celtic?
dark green,
Like a Celtic
like
green?
the Celtic green, and those are high vis. I can see you from a mile away green.
Yes. So the left-footed Laughlin.
Another good kick down the near sideline this time, fielded at about the 18-yard line.
Cochran, number 2.
Going to be brought up near sideline.
Big
Big hole for the return here to the sideline. Going to be knocked out of bounds at about the 45-yard line, it looks like. It'll be 1st and 10. Macomb High from their own 45-yard line. I kind of stole your chair, Chris. Do you want it back?
No, I'm actually better standing up.
See, I'm more compact. I can stay warmer.
So 11:53 to play. Bomber football, 1st and 10 from the 45-yard line. They're 45.
They're going to come out in a 3 wide receiver set, 2 near side, 1 to the top of your screen. Shotgun formation, 1 setback. Campbell's going to go in motion. Going to be a jet sweep to the far side. He's going to cut it inside, cut it back outside. He's got some running room around the far end. He's going to have a first down and some more.
Still on his feet at a gain of about 15.
Down to the BWP 40-yard line, a gain of 15 for Campbell, and a Macomb Bomber first down. That's one of those wrinkles we kind of talked about a little bit in the first half.
Well, they tried that play in the first half on that wide receiver jet sweep, and BWP, I believe, did a very good job. I think that was when they maybe had the penalty.
Yes, they had the holding call on that one. And that one there, I mean, they did a good job too. Regal got in there. He just made a good cut away from Regal. 3 wide receiver set once again. Handoff to Reiner straight up the middle this time. And that's what we expected earlier in the contest, as that's what we saw a lot of last week.
Gain of about 9.
Gain of 9. It's going to be a 2nd and a short 1 now for Macomb.
So in 2 plays, Macomb down to just outside the BWP 30 at the 31.
2 plays, almost 25 yards for the Bombers. 2 wide receivers set to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top of your screen, offset power I. Handoff to Reiner once again up the middle. This time he's going to be met after a short gain.
Not going to have the first down, I don't believe, though. Well, this receiver on this, the official on this side. Hensley on shin on the stop, Sam Hensley, and it is going to be enough for Bomber first down.
Short gain, good enough for a first down for the Bombers.
I tell you what, though, he takes that handoff so deep in the backfield, I thought he had 3 or 4 yards, and he actually got hit right at the line of scrimmage. So
did a good job of picking up a couple yards and another first down for the Bombers. 10:35 to play here, 3rd quarter. 8-8 ball game between the Sparclones and Bombers.
1st and 10, ball on the BWP 30-yard line. 3 wide receiver set, motion to the near side. Going to fake the jet sweep, handoff to Reiner up the middle. And there's nowhere for him to go. Nothing but blue and black right there in front of him.
62. Keith Hoyle, amongst a couple other black jerseys that were in there on that stop.
Along with
no gain. Josh Regal, number 6. No gain. 2nd and 10 for Macomb at the BWP 30-yard line. 10 minutes to play here in the 3rd quarter.
2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen, 1 to the top. Shotgun formation, 1 back set. Going to roll out to the near side, look to throw in the flat, going to pump and go down the sideline, and it is incomplete. We darn near had another
pick
through his hands into another receiver's hands.
Yeah. Campbell a little slow getting up. It's defended by Geltmacher.
Yeah, he landed flat on his back there. That's a little knock the wind out of you type thing. He was extended trying to reach up for that pass and landed flat on his back. Now the official's going to see it, and they're going to call a timeout. So Campbell's going to have to come off the field here on 3rd and 10.
Campbell, 5'10" wide receiver, 150 pounds for the Bombers.
Actually, I think Macomb did the smart thing there. They might have taken a timeout.
I thought the officials say no officials timeout.
Well, I don't think officials timeout. You can go to the sideline like that, but they're not.
And they're saying that. So 3rd and 10, clock stop with 9:44 to play here in the 3rd quarter.
As I say, if Macomb took a timeout, he wouldn't have to sit out a play, but with the official timeout now, he'll have to sit out this play. It'll be a 3rd and 10, and when you've got one of your big weapons coming off the field, I would say it limits your options, but
You got Langdon Allen out there, who's a pretty good wide receiver for them as well.
And I have not seen Jordan Drawn come back in since his earlier injury either.
They're going to see number 2, Denzel Cochran, in at Campbell's spot.
Three wide receivers to the bottom of the screen, 1 to the top. Going to look to throw that way. He's going to be under pressure. He's going to be brought down at the 40-yard line.
75, Matt Sinnott on the sack.
A loss of about 10, almost 10 on the play. It's going to bring up a 4th and about 20.
Well, you might have heard Coach Akers telling, and Shane Shin shifted out from his linebacker spot out on coverage, and that's exactly where Duncan was going to go, but Sinnott didn't give him much time to set up shop. And a big loss, and it's going to push it back to the BWP 40 and put Minear in to punt for the Bombers.
It almost looked like they wanted to do a quick hit, and Shane Shin ran right to where he wanted to throw the ball and made him double clutch it. And as you said, Sinnott didn't give him any more time to do anything.
McComb with a late substitution onto the field.
Trying to pin the Sparclones deep here with this punt. Low snap, good field. This is the one you let bounce. Let that one bounce.
Hensley going to field it inside the 5. He's got the corner, good run.
Far sideline. He's going to step out of bounds, but he's going to have a good return. That was one I would have. You fielded that inside the 5-yard line. To me, you let that one bounce into the end zone, but
get the touch back to the 20. But Will's going to take it out across the about the 30.
No, they're bringing it back here. They're bringing it back to about the 25.
Okay, so 1st and 10 for BWP on their first offensive set of the second half.
We had no idea where he stepped out of bounds over there. We were just taking a guess.
Well, glasses are fogging up again. So.
Short game, but it's a first down, Chris would say tonight. 1st and 10, short game.
Oh, man, I'm going to have to go to contact starting next week.
That's okay. I just act like I can see everything out there, but it's all blurry. Full house backfield, 2 wide receiver set for BWP. Handoff's going to go to, looks like Shin on the far side. He's going to power his way forward at a gain of about 7 for BWP.
2nd and 3. 8:25 to play here in the 3rd.
The question is that defensive stop and that big sack, is that a momentum shift here for BWP? Early in the second half, maybe get down, take some time up, and drive the length of the field here.
It might be, because McComb had good success on the first couple plays of the half.
Full house backfield, second back through once again. He's going to power his way forward. It's going to be enough for a BWP.
That's Shin again.
Going to be enough for a BWP first down, it appears.
Shin, I'm going to say Shin again.
The ball carrier.
Gain of about
4.
That was a hard 4.
That was a fought 4.
Yeah, hard fought 4. 1st and 10 for BWP at their own 36, just under 8 minutes to play here, 3rd quarter.
Full house backfield once again, going to be first back through. I believe that was maybe Regal this time.
Not much there. So he tripped up right at the line of scrimmage. Looked like Reiner, 13 in on the stop.
You know, that's what we talk about with this. I mean, you got to keep them honest. You can't just go to the same 2 guys. You have to hit that center gap with Regal. And, you know, we saw Regal bust a couple of those last week for some pretty big gains, so it's there. You just got to be patient. 2nd and 9, BWP sticking with the same formation. 2 wide receiver set, 1 far side, 1 near side. Full house backfield. Hensley under center. Going to drop back, look to throw this time, throw it down the far sideline, and it's going to be off of the hands of, I believe that was Geltmacher. And, you know, that's what I was talking about, getting that up there and letting Geltmacher go up and get it. And he just maybe a little too high that time as Geltmacher went up for it and went off his hands.
It's like Welch and trying to make out that other number if it was
I can't tell if that's 2 or 3.
5. That's 3, so that's Campbell, so he's back into the ball game.
As I say, 5 was just running off from the sideline here. So 3rd and 9 now, BWP, full house backfield once again. Second back through this direction. That's going to be the Hensley. So it's going to bring up a
3.
Yeah, it's going to bring up a 4th, and we're going to call it
3.
About 4 on the play.
We got a gain of about 4. We're going to call it a 4th and 4.
Clock ticking under 7 to play, 6:55 to play. As Geltmacher will drop back to punt. Campbell going to drop back. see
late.
62. Keith Hoyle running in late for BWP.
A couple late substitutions for both teams on the
Yes.
punt teams.
Campbell back at about his own 25.
Geltmacher to put the leg to it. Low snap, handled off the bounce, and good
Another
punt
kick.
once again down to the near side here. Going to take a nice BWP bounce down inside the 30, down to about just outside the 25-yard line. 6:24 to go here in the third quarter. 8-8 is the score.
Rand Palmer
So, yeah.
on the down the ball for BWP. .6:24 to go, 1st and 10 for the Bombers.
3 wide receiver set, 2 far side, 1 near side. As Campbell is back in. Going to be a handoff to Reiner up the middle, and he's going to be met. He's going to be met and get a gain of maybe 3.
Carter Chambers on the stop.
He's met by number 55, Carter Chambers. Gain of about 5.
Yeah, it's a gain of 4, we're going to say. We go 2nd and 6. Two wide receivers near side, 1 far side. Offset I in the backfield with the shotgun. Hand off to Reiner up the middle. He's going to cut it outside.
Hole.
Big hole here to the outside.
Spin down at the BWP 45.
Number 6, Josh Regal. First down.
25-yard run.
So as we've been talking about, you know, the BWP offense breaking that big one, there we see Reiner finally breaking one, and that's a lot of what we saw last week as well. This time gets a run down to the BWP 45-yard line. It will be 1st and 10 Macomb. 8-8 score.
5:34 to play here, third quarter.
2 wide receivers near, 1 far. Hand off to Reiner up the middle. He's going to sidestep the first tackler.
Second.
Cut back, and he's going to have another big gain. I tell you what, BWP is there. They need to wrap up on tackles.
Yeah. Another first down for the Bombers. 5:19 to play here, third quarter. 8-8 ball game between Macomb and BWP.
I thought that was a 52. I could have been wrong, but BWP had a guy that just ran right by him and tried to arm tackle him. You're not going to tackle Reiner with just a single arm. Going to fake the handoff, play action, ball near side, and
off the hands. Geltmacher jumped up, and I think he didn't get a hand on the football, but I think he got in the vision of Campbell, and the ball falls incomplete.
Either he tipped it just enough to knock it off line, or he, as you said, impaired the vision.
That's a incomplete pass, so that'll stop it with 4:58 to play. 2nd and 10 Macomb from the BWT 32.
Bomber's still on the ground. In fact, that's Duncan, the quarterback, who's just now getting up.
I was watching the throw. He must have taken some pretty good hit after he let go of the football.
Yeah, I didn't see it either. He's got a little hitch to his giddy up there coming back to the huddle. Incomplete pass brings up a 2nd and 10 now from the BWP 33-yard line. 3 wide receiver set. Handoff to Reiner up the middle, and this time BWP does a good job of wrapping up on the tackle. It's going to be a minimal gain of maybe 2.
Regal on the stop.
Tackled by Josh Regal.
That'll take us down to 4:40 to play here, third quarter.
Actually, it's just going to be a gain of 1.
Reiner checks out.
3rd and 9 now for the Bombers.
3rd and 9 to go.
With him checking out, I was going to say I think you're going to see a spread field now. 4 wide receiver set, 2 far side, 2 near side, 1 setback, shotgun formation. Looking to the near side, looking pass to the outside to the flat, and Allen's going to have it all the way down inside the 5.
Second pass complete to Langdon Allen.
I'm confused by some of the defense there. I thought we had a guy there to make a tackle, and
going to be first and goal from the 6, so 24 on the pass lane.
First and goal from the BWP 6-yard line now.
Four minutes to play, third quarter.
Handoff up the middle to Reiner. Is going to spin off the first would-be tackler and have it down close, about the 2 or 3 yard line. Looks like the 3 yard line. So a gain of 3. It'll bring up a second and goal from the BWP 3.
Clock down to 3:38 to play, third quarter, 8-8. BWP and Macomb.
Two wide receivers to the bottom of the screen, one to the top. Handoff to Reiner up the middle. Going to be met in the backfield once again, and this time BWP going to, I was going to say they're going to hold on to him, but he does spin his way into the end zone. 3:11 on the clock, but yeah, 3:11 on the clock, and Macomb High hits Pater once again. 14-8 the score. The point after attempt is a big one here, as
just a 6-point lead for Macomb at this point.
And it looks like even if you keep it at this point, if we get a late score, we've got a kid that can do some kicking, so just a kicked extra point will work. In tight once again, 4 wide receiver set, motion to the far side. He's going to look into the center. This time he's going to run it out, let it go, and
nobody there.
You can't do that when the one guy covering the receiver is also the only guy that can come up and pressure the quarterback. You're stuck in a no man's land, and that's what leads to the 2-point conversion. 3:11 remaining in the third quarter. 16-8 your score. Macomb Bombers on top.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life. Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
And welcome back to Bushville Prairie City High School. 3:10 to play, or 3:11 to play, as Macomb punching one in to take a 16-8 lead.
3:11, a throwback to the 90s band.
Mm-hmm.
Menier sits at 6 for the Bombers.
So Macomb drives down, some pretty good plays there, some big yard gains there. Get them down, get the score. Now they're up by 8. 3:11 remaining in the third, and Menier to do the kicking for the Bombers. Ball teed up on the 40 on the far hash mark. Going to be a squib kick to the left, and the ball is going to go out of bounds.
And fortunate from BWP, because it looked like one of the up men had it bounce off of him. And
well, it's a live ball anyways. I mean,
right.
I think the only thing that nullifies is because it touched him, and that it is not a penalty.
Right.
So
they'll take over 1st and 10 at about the 31, 32-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not looking at the referee because he's not standing where the ball is. The far side judge is trying to bring it in, but I don't.
Ball spotted at the 33-yard line.
Okay, now they finally got it spotted. We're going to say the 33-yard line, 1st and 10, BWP. Full house backfield, 2 wide receiver set, 1 far side, 1 near side. Hensley under center. Handoff going to be kept by Hensley. He's going to do a roll out to the far side, and that should be a horse collar tackle by what it looked like from here. It's drugged down from behind. Short gain of maybe 1. It'll be a 2nd and 9 now for the Sparclones.
Clock to 2:53 to play here in the third quarter.
They moved the marker out just a little bit farther, so maybe a 1.5 yard gain on it. Still going to call it 2nd and 9. 2 wide receivers, full house backfield. Hensley under center once again. Hand off to the second back through this way. Going to be Hensley. Breaks off some
breaks
tackles.
Another one.
He's got down the near sideline. He's going to stiff arm one guy. Finally get forced out of bounds.
Hensley, the ball carrier.
He's going to take it all the way down. As Allen on the stop.
Down to about the 44-yard line.
First down, Sparclones.
About a 20-yard gain.
Never mind. They're going to mark it at the 45-yard line.
That's going to put Will over 100 yards rushing on the night. Not 8 carries, 109 unofficially.
A lot of that was, you have to give credit to Will, too, because he was getting wrapped up as he took the handoff, was able to beat that arm tackle, and then just the power on his run game, just stiff-arming people down the near sideline. Full house backfield for BWP. Once again, 2 wide receiver set. Hensley under center. Handoff to Shane Shin. He's going to cut it up the middle, power his way forward. And that right there is what I've said is that's Shane Shin's run style right there.
About 6 or 7 on the play.
He got through the line of scrimmage, squared his shoulder pads, and just powered his way forward when there was no hole after the initial
injury on Macomb's side. Second and, I'm going to say 4, but it's 4 or 5. And that's Campbell again. Number 3 that's injured on the far side.
Well, he's going to throw it
Hensley
back.
Will getting stretched out by the BWP trainers here on this near side. As Campbell having slowly getting off the field.
Well, kind of off the field.
Yeah.
Moving more towards the end zone.
Right.
But
clock stop, 2:03 to play, 16-8 here in the third quarter with Macomb on top by 8. So we'll see Rand Palmer, number 34, checking in.
Yeah, the stretching
BWP.
needed to end a lot sooner than it did for him to stay in the game. And
Will back up on his feet, and sure this will probably be just a 1 play off and right back in for number 3.
Full house backfield for BWP. I would expect this ball to go to Shane Shin. It does. He's going to bounce it outside this time. Going to use some speed, cut it up the middle.
Nice block by Geltmacher on the far side.
He's going to get drugged down by his arm, and that's the only thing that stopped the touchdown.
About the 11.
I'm trying to see. Looks like he's down at about the 11-yard line.
Gain of 28.
Nope.
And a great block by Geltmacher, the wide receiver over on the far side, that helped get some more yardage for 42.
And that's what being known, when the team expects you to turn your shoulder pads forward and just start crushing through people.
And you turn one outside.
Yeah, that's exactly what you want to be able to do. So 1st and 10, BWP now, ball on the, we're going to say 11-yard line.
Marked at the 13, it looks like.
Hand off to Shin this time. This time he's going to power his way forward.
Nice run again of a good 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, I'm at the angle now where I'm not going to guess. I'm just going to wait till they mark it because I can't really see from here. There's been too many times we've said, oh, it's gain of 5, and it was 2. So it looks like a gain of 4. We're going to say 2nd and 6 now for BWP. They can still get a first down, it looks like, down around the 2 or 3 yard line.
Clock down to a minute 15 to play. 16-8 lead for Macomb.
Full house backfield. Handoff's going to go. If it was, it's either Palmer or.
Looks like Regal.
No, it was Regal. Okay, yep. I was going to say, I didn't know if Hensley was back in, but it looked like the second wing back through, but it was Regal.
Down to 52 seconds to play here at third quarter. 3rd and 4. Ball at about the 5-yard line for BWP.
Yeah, Palmer still is in the backfield there, so Hensley still on the sideline. Full house backfield. Hand off to Shin. He's going to get bounced way outside. He had nowhere to go. He's going to reverse his field. He's still on his feet. You know, you can't fault that effort. He's going to end up losing about 9 yards, but, you know, he just had nowhere to go from the get-go, and that's just effort.
4th and about 12. I thought he was going to go out of bounds over on the far sideline, and he cut it back and got a couple more yards back. So 4th and 13.
And that'll be the end of the third quarter. 16-8 the score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. Macomb Bombers on top of your BWP Sparclones.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True Convection Cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
And we're back here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. 16-8 the score. Macomb Bombers on top of the BWP Sparclones. And we are just getting ready to start action here in the fourth quarter. BWP is going to have a fourth and about 13 ball on their own 16-yard line.
Rusher. Allison Schroet. Kinley Sharp. Kaylin Waldo. Hayden Yarbrough. And Daily Crow.
The Princess Shop is your local one-stop home for women's apparel, accessories, and shoes. Stop in Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. or Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Located at 1520 East Jackson Street in Macomb. And Hensley Grain. Hensley Grain is a rural Bushnell, has a long family history of taking an active role in Bushnell Prairie City School District and especially Spartan athletics. Good luck, Sparclones, in the 2021 and enjoy this shortened athletic campaign. Webb Family Farms. Webb Family Farms has been growing corn, soybeans, and Spartans for 5 generations. Nathan, Lisa, Jamie, Cyrus, Terry, and Linda wish all BPC athletics good luck this season.
16-8, Macomb on top as we head to the fourth quarter. BWP, as you said, will have it 4th and 13 at the Bombers 16.
To start the fourth quarter will be Sparkling ball, 4th and 13.
Big fourth down here for BWP, trailing by 8. They're going to spread the field out. Pistol formation, going to drop back, going to look to throw here on fourth down, going to loft one towards the end zone. No receiver in the vicinity, so it'll be a turnover on downs for the Sparclones.
Intended receiver Matt Geltmacher.
Maybe next week, Chris, by the fourth quarter, it'll still be a little warm out.
It might be.
Even our director back here has pulled his sleeves down.
And that's saying something.
It is. You got that young blood back here, and he's just like, nope, too cold for me now. Let's put those guns away.
And we got movement, and I think going to be a 5-yard mark off on the Bombers.
It might have been a turnover on downs for BWP. We still have Macomb deep in their own territory. This 5-yard penalty is going to move it back to close to the 10-yard line now, so it'll be 1st and 15 from about their own 10-yard line.
Against the Bombers.
You know, a couple big stops down here, and maybe even a turnover would be great, but you know, if we could just hold them down in here and make them punt the ball, we'd still come back in pretty good field position.
Yeah, you feel good about that, and the defense playing pretty well here tonight. Both defenses playing very well tonight.
Two wide receivers to the top of your screen, one to the bottom. Going to be a run play to the near side, and once again
beat out. Well, Reiner's still on his feet out near the 20-yard line.
So he's going to get back the
penalty
5
yard.
Reiner, the ball carrier.
So it'll bring up a 2nd and about 10 now. But as I say, once again, BPC right there. But once again, they're not wrapping up and bringing the ball carrier down.
Initial hit right about, like you said, about the line of scrimmage. And Reiner able to shake free. And WP is going to have to, if you want to force them into a punt situation and keep it down at this end of the field, you're going to have to start wrapping up on first contact.
3 wide receiver set. Going to be a handoff to Reiner off the right side. He's going to cut it back. This time there was nothing to wrap up as he wasn't even touched until he was 12 yards down the field.
Gain of 26 is Will Hensley on the stop.
Ball all the way out to the Macomb 40-yard line.
That's going to put Reiner over 100 yards again this evening, 122 on 20 carries. 11 minutes to play, fourth quarter. Bombers up 16-8.
Two wide receivers to the top of your screen, one to the bottom. Offset, power, I, shotgun formation. Handoff to Reiner right up the middle. This time he's caught in the backfield and drugged down at the line of scrimmage.
42, Shane Shin on the stop.
Reiner with the run. Shin on the tackle.
I'd say no gain on the play, maybe a half a yard.
I think I'm not giving him. The marks are still at the same spot, so I'm still saying 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10.
Ten minutes to go here. 8-16, Macomb on top. 4 wide receivers far side, 1 near side. It's going to be a quarterback keeper to the far side. He's got some blockers. Going to be drug out. Nice tackle there in the open field.
No gain again.
Duncan with the keeper.
That might have got him a half-yard gain. Geltmacher on the tackle out there. That was a good job by Geltmacher to fight off that block and make that tackle.
Because it looked like there was some room that Duncan was able to get turned back upfield, and Geltmacher did a good job keeping him from turning upfield and making the stop. And again, no gain, 3rd and 10 for Macomb.
3rd down has been the Achilles heel tonight for Bushnell as they are BWP, as they've given up a lot of first downs now on big plays here. Going to roll out, going to throw it back to the near side. Nice defense. Jump on the ball just in case, kids.
It did. That would be Shane on the coverage.
Tried to do a little throwback pass out here to Reiner on the near sideline. Shin was not fooled by it, able to tip it away, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Clock stopped with 9:08 to play here in the fourth quarter. Minear going to drop back at about the 25 to punt it away. Hilton and Will Hensley 3 and 1 back at about the BWP 30-yard line for the punt.
Low snap, fielded. Not going to be a very good punt off the side of his foot to the far sideline. It's going to go out of bounds, it looks like, at around the 40-yard line.
They're going to mark it.
Right on the 40, so it'll be 1st and 10 BWP from their own 40-yard line. Good Hope Gardens located at 445 East Main Street. Good Hope, just east of the North Elementary School, open April through October, Monday through Friday 10 to 6 and Saturday 10 to 4. For all your fresh produce needs, be sure to follow our Facebook page for daily updates. Currently taking orders for whole and half lamb freezer meat. Grover and Mary Jo DeCounter and family invite you to the Good Hope Gardens. Come see where it's grown. BWP going to spread the field. 4 wide receivers. Handoff straight up the middle. Shane Shin. Power run game straight ahead. He's going to have a gain of 4. Bring up a 2nd and 6. It was almost like he stutter-stepped, loaded up, dropped the shoulders, and said, we're getting some yardage.
Yeah. Almost 5 as the ball just short of the BWP 45-yard line. 8:37 to play, 16-8 lead for Macomb. Hoods up now.
The best I can.
2 wide receivers near side, 2 far side, pistol formation, handoff once again up to Shane Shin. This time he's going to kind of hesitate a little bit and look for a hole. He's going to get a short gain of maybe 2, but we're going to say it's now 3rd.
Very short gain.
Well, and about still, I'd say 3rd and 5.
3rd and 5. The other official on the side where he ran the ball had marked it forward, and this official marked it backward. So
Jacob Fuhrer 65 on the stop for the Bombers.
I haven't figured out which one does the official spotting yet, and we're in the fourth quarter.
7:50 to play here, fourth quarter. 16-8 ball game between the Bombers and Sparclones, with the Bombers up by 8.
BWP needs to get either the first down or really close to it here. Going to go cross-buck far side. That's going to be Hensley with it.
He's tripped up.
Yeah, he's going to be tripped up. A very short gain. So it's going to bring up a decision here for Coach. 7:30. I think I just heard him yell punt from the sideline, though. But with 7.5 minutes remaining,
4th and 4.
It's one of those things, what do you do here in this situation? You don't have a quick strike offense.
You got the wind a little bit at your back. It's swirling around a little bit, but definitely coming out of the north end zone area as Geltmacher back to punt.
Good snap this time. Geltmacher takes his time. Not a good punt, though, compared to what he's had the last few times.
It's going to take a good bounce,
as
though.
I say, it is going to take a decent BWP bounce and go down to about the 32-yard line.
Geltmacher's punt down by number 34.
And you saw it with the wind back and what Geltmacher's done this far. Allen was back at about the 15, 20-yard, about the 15 for that punt. So 6:56 to play. Bombers up by 8 and win with the football.
Maybe it was just too good of a snap. Geltmacher wasn't. He'd been playing a couple of them high off the air and off the turf, and
had plenty of time. Right, you said that was the best snap on the punt this evening for BWP.
1st and 10 Bombers, ball on their own 32-yard line. Bombers on top 16-8 here in the 4th quarter. Just under 7 minutes to play, the 6:56 mark. This is where you would see you would think you would see a heavy dose of Reiner for. And BWP is going to jump off sides before even anything happened.
So that'll make it 1st and 5. Ball out
Penalty marker against the Sparclones.
To the 37.
I believe the penalty was on number 54, Nate Kramer, jumping off sides. So it'll bring up a 1st and 5 now. Ball on the 36-yard line. 2 wide receivers far side. There's a false start by McComb. Handoff Reiner, straight up the middle. He's going to have the first down and more. He's going to be across the 50, down inside BWP territory.
Down 15.
The 49-yard line.
Reiner up to 22 carries, 137 yards. 1st and 10, McComb at the BWP 49.
We talked about it last week where they got Shane Shen with just that little bit of too early of a step on the snap, and that's what you saw on that last play there by McComb. The lead blocker had a step forward before the ball was snapped, but 2 wide receivers far side once again for McComb. And McComb going to play the clock game here, so they're going to wait for the back judge to start counting it down, and there he goes. Handoff straight up the middle to Reiner once again.
Reiner, the ball carrier.
He's going to have a gain of about 3, it looks like. Called a 2nd and 7.
66. Grable on the stop.
Cutler Kitch and Josh Grable on the tackle.
Also Cutler Kitch on that stop for BWP.
Clock continues to run. Under 6 minutes to go here in the contest. The 5:50 mark.
2nd and 7.
Two wide receivers to the far side. Offset power I for the backfield. Shotgun formation. Handoff to Reiner. He's going to take it off the right side and bust through a big hole. Busted outside. Has a big hole here. Had one man to beat, but he was able to bring him down, but not before he's inside the 30, down to almost the 26-yard line.
Timeout going to be taken by BWP. Their first.
Timeout BWP. We'll be back after words from our sponsors.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking. Brought to you by Whirlpool.
And welcome back here to BWP football action live from Bushnell Prairie City High School. I covered that one real good, Chris.
That was pretty slick, man. Nicely done.
16-8 the score here. Macomb Bombers on top of the BWP Sparclones. 5:23 remaining here in the contest. And Macomb putting themselves a little drive together to try to extend this lead, Chris.
Yeah, they'll have it out of the timeout as BWP taking the timeout here. Get a little breather and some water for the guys. 1st and 10 for Macomb out of the timeout at the Sparclone 26. 5:23 to play, 16-8 lead for Macomb. BWP now with 2 timeouts. Macomb, I believe, with all 3 of theirs here in the second half.
We'll break the huddle here. 1st and 10, Macomb. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Offset power I, shotgun formation for the Bombers. Going to be a handoff to Reiner off the near side. Big hole once again. He's just going to power his way forward, and he's going to catch his shoulder from Shane Shin, it looked like. But not before he gains about 7. It's going to bring up a 2nd and 3 now for the Bombers.
That puts Reiner at 163 yards on 27 carries tonight.
2nd and 3.
2nd and 3 for Macomb as we're under 5 to play, 4:55. 2nd and 3 from the BWP 19.
Clock ticking still underneath 5 minutes now. Macomb going to play the clock game as they've got everyone in tight. Now they're going to bring 2 wide receivers out to the near side. They need to hurry as they're about to take a delay penalty.
Nearly a high snap and delay handoff to Reiner. Oh,
Jeez, ran right by the tackle.
That was Graybill, I think, that had a shot at him about 3 yards deep. And that's going to be enough for a Bomber first down.
Scooped up by Rand Palmer. Tackled by Josh Graybill.
1st and 10 at the BWP 15.
First down, Bombers.
So 1st and 10, Macomb Bombers here, 4:20 remaining in the contest. 2 wide receivers to the bottom of your screen. Offset power I, shotgun formation once again for the Bombers. Playing the clock, they're going to let the back judge start counting it down before they run. And there's the countdown, and there's the snap. Handoff to Reiner. He's going to take it straight up the middle. Just put his shoulder pads down and just get what he can. And that's going to be about 4 yards with that run.
29 carries now for Reiner, 173 yards.
Josh Graybill, keep Hoyle on the stop.
Almost 5. We're going to call it a 2nd and a long 5.
3:35 to play, clock continuing to not be in the favor of BWP.
Long 4, short 5 now for BWP, or correction, for the Macomb Bombers here on 2nd down.
BWP on the defensive side, maybe trying to pull that ball out and go for the ball when you're making the tackle.
Another high snap, handoff to Reiner.
Oh.
Big hit as he went up the middle this time. And I tell you what, as I
pitch, I think. Timeout, BWP, their 2nd.
So timeout on the field for BWP, and we'll be back right after this message from our sponsors.
During this COVID pandemic, it is important you take care of your health, especially your heart health. Do not ignore the signs of a heart attack or stroke. If you have health concerns, schedule an appointment with your provider, and always, in case of an emergency, call 911. This message brought to you by McDonough District Hospital and Blessing Health System. See for yourself why Blessing Health System is the leader in cardiology and pulmonology services. Appointments available inside MDH. Learn more at blessinghealth.org or mdh.org.
And back here at Bristol Prairie City High School, BWP and Macomb, week 2 football. 3:07 to play. 3rd and 5 for the Bombers at the BWP 10, with the Bombers on top by 8, 16-8.
Versus West Hancock.
Once again, in case you were just joining us here for the end of this action, a little run it back from last week as the game we played Macomb last week in Macomb, but due to the COVID curveballs we've been thrown, things were changed and some venues were changed, and we're just going to run it back. 16-8, as Chris said. Here we go on 3rd and about 5. Handoff straight up the middle.
And nope.
Reiner's
going to short, about maybe a gain of 2 or 3.
No, give him a gain of almost 4. It looks like he's down close to the 5-yard line.
Timeout BWP, their last. So now with 2:59 to play, Sparclones out of timeouts.
So at this last time out for BWP, we'll take the time to thank the rest of our sponsors for tonight. MTC Communications, having slow, unreliable internet just doesn't cut it in 2021. MTC Communications offers lightning fast, reliable fiber internet, video, phone services, and camera systems to the McDonough County, Henderson, Hancock County areas. Visit mtc.crowdfiber.com to check your availability. Robin Wilt for mayor. Our people and our traditions are the true backbone of what makes our community special. I will continue to work for Bushnell and citizens to make sure we are solid and strong. We appreciate your vote and work for another 4 years of Bushnell, a small town with a big heart. Vote April 6th for Robin Wilt, Bushnell Mayor, paid for by the Robin Wilt for Mayor. 2 wide receivers set, offset I backfield. 4th and 1 for Macomb. Trying to draw Bushnell off sides.
And now Macomb going to take a timeout.
Timeout, Bombers.
So the clock still at 2:59 to play.
And we'll be right back after the word from our sponsors.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, you better come home because there's no roof. He said, I look up and see the sky. He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, you know, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
Welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School as the Macomb Bombers took that timeout. 4th and 1, Macomb from the BWP 5-yard line. 8-point contest here, 2:59 remaining. I formation, quarterback under center, and he's just going to get pushed in from the fullback also as Duncan went under center, went with a QB sneak, which we've seen every single time that they've ran the I formation. They've ran a QB sneak out of it tonight, and just when you thought that that might be held up, it looked like they still had the first down, but then I think it was Welch, the fullback, assisted the quarterback into the end zone.
And that's going to make it a 22-8 score with 2:55 to play.
Two-point conversion here on the way for the Bombers. The far side, offset power eye to the right, shotgun formation by Duncan. He's going to hand it off to Reiner up the middle. Nope. It looks like he's going to be brought down short this time. So the two-point conversion is no good. It's going to be a 22-8 score here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. 2:55 remaining in the contest.
Macomb Bombers 22.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life. Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
And welcome back to Bushnell Prairie City High School. 22-8 the score here from Bushnell High. Macomb High on top of BWP. 2:55 remaining here in the fourth quarter.
Will Hensley and Logan Hilton back for BWP.
Minear's going to tee it up on the 40-yard line on the near hash mark. I'd say there's about a 70% chance he'll kick it out of bounds down here on the near sideline. And here is the kick by, it's going to be touched by one of the up men. That's like one of the classic no's for an up man. What does an up man don't do? Don't raise your hands up.
That was Palmer, and Palmer able to get on the football for BWP.
You'll let that ball go over your head to the guys behind you.
So BWP set up with 2:51 to play, no timeouts, down 22-8. first and 10 from their own 40.
As we've talked about, BWP not really set up for a quick strike offense here, but they need to get some points here in a hurry. They're going to spread the field, 4 wide receiver set, pistol formation. Going to drop back, plenty of time. Going to arrow one deep down the near sideline. That should be a holding on the defense.
Caught. No. Oh, now on a tip ball intercepted by, and that should have been, McComb's going to come up with the interception, but there was a lot of contact prior to that ball. Hensley almost making the circle catch, and now Allen's going to pick it up off before it hits the turf. And
I don't know how you don't throw that flag. Hensley couldn't even raise his arms up to catch it.
I mean, he almost still caught the ball. .243 to play, 22-8 lead for Macomb, and they have the football back at they're on 25.
No timeouts remaining for BWP. This is one of those situations where Coach Roddice wants to just give his peace of mind, but he actually is giving his peace of mind now that I say that. No timeouts remaining for BWP here. Macomb can just run the clock out with a few plays. They're going to hand it off to Reiner. He's going to Reiner, the carry. He's going to have a gain of about 7, it looks like.
Geltmacher on the stop. Down to 2:22 to play, 22-8 lead for Macomb.
So 2nd and 3 now for the Bombers. They're going to let the back judge start counting it down before they run a play here. It's going to be a handoff to Reiner, start the middle. He's got nowhere to go as Regal met him right there in the hole. No gain to bring up a 3rd and 3 now for the Bombers. And the next play will probably be snapped off right around the 110 mark, Chris, you think? I'm waiting for him to spot the ball.
It's going to be about 105, probably thereabouts. Down to minute 28.
So down to the 110 mark.
Timeout White, but there was some movement that up front.
There's movement by BWP, but every time he does that, the Macomb center flinches his hips down. So I've heard the coaches yelling about that, and I watched him on that play, and it's sure enough that center flinches every time that the quarterback tries to cadence. Yeah. 1:03 remaining here in the contest. 22-8 is the score.
McDonough District Hospital's Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center was built for one goal: to strengthen women's health services in the region's premier facility. Our dedicated staff, past and present, delivered generations of MDH babies, and now in the new Women's Center, our staff is ready to deliver the next generation and beyond. Come visit the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center and see for yourself the MDH difference.
And we're back here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. 1:03 remaining here in the contest. 22-8 the score. Macomb Bombers on top. As the Macomb Bombers looking to go 2-0 to start the season. And that's 2-0 against these BWP Sparclones as well. So it'll be an 0-2 start for BWP. 3rd and 4 here at the Macomb 32. Handoff up the middle to Reiner.
He's going to have the first down.
Yep, looks like he's going to have it across the 35 to about the 37-yard line. The clock will stop while they reset the chains and then run again. So we're about 2 plays away here from the end of the contest. And unless something magically or weird happens. Maybe a bad snap and scoop and score for the BWP.
Clock down is running down, as you said, 40 seconds to play.
And they're just going to go under center here in the victory formation. You see the one setback about 25 yards behind the line. The V victory, and Duncan will take the snap and down it. And that'll be the final snap of the contest, as the last 20 seconds will just tick off the clock. And that'll be the final score here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. Macomb Bombers 22, your BWP Sparclones 8.
Your final score from Bushnell Prairie City High School, the Macomb Bombers 22, and your BWP Sparclones 8.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation does more than just tape ankles.
They get us back on the court.
My MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation
helps me reach peak performance.
In the weight room. Prepares me for competition.
My MDH physical therapists and the fitness programs MDH offers help me on my road to recovery and improve my quality of life. Come see why MDH Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation was voted best of the best in McDonough County.
Get dinner to the table quickly, no matter how busy your day's been. True convection cooking uses a fan to distribute hot air evenly and cook food faster. So dinner is ready when they are. True convection cooking, brought to you by Whirlpool.
As we work together to stop the spread of COVID-19, McDonough District Hospital wants you to know that your health and safety are our #1 priority.
Our primary care providers are here to take care of you and your family's total well-being. Telehealth capabilities and the MDH Convenience Clinic all provide ease of access to our wide range of services.
All of this because we are committed to providing you quality and compassionate care that you have come to trust from us.
McDonough District Hospital, more than hospital care, a hospital caring.
We're always moving. Scratch that. We're always moving forward. But forward can sometimes look a little backwards. Or like circles. Or like nothing at all. But we never stop. We never stop. Because life never stops. It's hard to stop a train.
And we're back here at Bushnell Prairie City High School. Final score 22-8 here from Bushnell Prairie City High School. Macomb Bombers on top of your BWP Sparclones. We're just waiting on Coach Rodis to make his way up here, and we'll do a little post-game interview with him. In fact, looks like he's making his way across the field right now, so I'll actually jump off the headset here, and I guess I'm going over to interview him. We're going to do something a little new tonight, so
So 22-8 here on the JoJo's Gaming Parlor post-game show. They offer the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. Events live on the big screen. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street, Bushnell, and cheer our area teams on to victory.
Join here by Coach Rodis. Coach, as we kind of termed it up here, been throwing a COVID curveball this week. Decided to play it back with Macomb and brought it in here. Fortunately, same result, but it did look like there was some things this week that worked better than they did last week, and maybe some things that didn't.
Yeah, well, it helps when you know who their guys are and what they're going to do, and we can plan a little bit. You know, week one, that's always an issue because you don't know who's going to be returning, who's going to be their guy to go to. You know, we had a guy there, 13, had 200 yards last week, and I don't think he barely got over 100 this week. So we did some stuff, and I think we stopped that part. We just had some other mistakes, you know.
Yeah, we talked coming out of the halftime. I mean, 8-8 contest going in, and we pretty much said it was a battle of the defenses the first half, knowing what you guys were both going to be looking at. And I said going into the second half, it's just going to take a couple big plays by one of these teams. And it looked like, unfortunately for them, they were the ones that were able to get a couple big breaks.
You know, and if you look at the number situation, those guys were able to switch in and out a little bit, and we were kind of gassed there towards the fourth quarter when we kind of needed not to be, you know. But I can't be more proud of these guys to come from a week where we got beat 30-20 and then to turn around and play the same team and end up like that, you know. It's pretty much, like you said, an 8-8 game for a long time, it seemed like. And, you know, those are the fun ones, you know. Yeah, we threw a couple just because we thought we had to and ended up in a bad situation and maybe gave them some points there. But you got to try. You got to try for the win at some point, right?
Well, Coach, speaking of some changes, and we've talked about them tonight, things not going to be normal this week either, as you're going to have a full week of practice and even a Friday practice. You're going to have a Saturday afternoon game next week as you bring in Elmwood Brimfield.
Yeah. What's normal? I don't know what normal is. I haven't figured out this year what normal is. So, you know, we know that we're going to have these curveballs all the time, and watching these other teams that are just not playing, we're just going to keep riding as long as we can, you know, and just hope our kids stay healthy and we don't have any of those situations that these other teams are dealing with where they're not playing at all, you know, and we want to, you know what, and to be honest with you, if we end up, you know, week 3, and us and Macomb, the only ones available, you know what, we're going to play it again.
Well, I told him that I had on good authority from earlier this week. I had heard someone say that if you got a call Thursday morning with a game that you would have taken it.
Yeah,
so
it didn't matter. I mean, we were looking all over the place. I kind of giggled as I called our AD and said, hey, Peoria's looking for a school to play. And, you know, he kind of laughed at me and said, I don't think we want to do that. And I said, well, you know, at that point I was desperate, but I'm kind of glad I didn't take that one. But, you know, who knows what this crazy world's going to give us, and we just got to be able to run with it at this point and get these guys as much playing time as we can, and that's what we're trying to do. Trying to get these seniors to go out on a high note. You know, 2 games down already in this very short season. It's going fast.
Well, Coach, we appreciate your time coming up after the game, and we will see you next week from here again, but on a Saturday afternoon.
Saturday. Don't get me on Sunday.
What? Sunny Saturday afternoon.
Saturday. I hope so. But, yeah, definitely, you know, some different times this week. We usually don't deal with Saturday stuff till you get to the playoffs, and you never have to really worry about that. So some different situation for these guys, but it should be fun. A good atmosphere. You know, we're going to be going against a team that runs foot to foot, kind of like they did there in that fourth quarter, and you know, it's Elmwood's Elmwood. They always bring it, and we got to make sure we bring it right back.
Well, Coach, we'll be here for it, and we'll talk to you afterwards.
All right. Well, thank you. I appreciate everything you guys do.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.
Coach Rodis there on the post-game, the JoJo's post-game interview. Chris, you got some stats for us?
Well, let's go through our stats here. First for BWP, and I had Reiner up almost to 200 yards unofficially on the night for Macomb. Jack Duncan with a couple of touchdown runs. Ellis Campbell 1 carry for 15, and Tyler Welch 1 carry for no yards. I had Duncan 6 of 17 for 70 yards, I should say, let's scratch that, 126 yards for Duncan on the night unofficially. Landon Allen 4 catches for 71. Elvis Campbell 2 for 22. And Jacob John 1 for 27 for Macomb. For BWP, Shane Shin 14 carries, 72 yards. Josh Regal 5 carries, 12 yards. Sam Hensley 3 for 11. Will Hensley 9 carries for 110 yards and a touchdown. Sam's was 2 of 9 for 28 yards, or 3 of 9, I should say, for 28 yards and interception. Will Hensley with 1 catch for 26. Josh Regal 1 for a single yard, as well as Shane Shin. Scoring summary: no score at the end of the first quarter with 10:32 to play in the first half. Will Hensley on a 43-yard touchdown run. That coming after the interception by Logan Hilton on the first offensive set for BWP. 43-yard run. Sam Hensley's run for 2 made it an 8-0 lead for BWP. 10:32 to play here in the first half as Jack Duncan at the 3:19 mark of the second quarter with a 1-yard touchdown run. The pass to Ellis Campbell tied it at 8. That's where we ended halftime, 8-8. Third quarter, Macomb Reiner a 3-yard touchdown run. Duncan pass to Allen with 3:11 to go, 16-8. And then Duncan on a 5-yard touchdown run with 2:55 to play gave us our final score, 22-8 tonight. Macomb with the win back-to-back weeks over BWP. And BWP in action, as you said, with Coach Rodis next Saturday afternoon here with the homecoming contest.
And don't forget to tune in earlier at 10 o'clock in the morning for the junior high football action. And then we will be here live probably around 5:50. Coach,
12:50.
Coach, I just want to say it was different without you being right here beside us. So we'll have to see if we can rearrange it maybe for next Saturday, because I think the people missed the banner with you beside me as well.
So 22-8 final score with Macomb with the win over BWP.
You couldn't even see that.
Oh, I can see it. It's a little foggy, but I can see it.
Oh. Well, thanks for tuning in tonight. And as Chris just said, we'll be back next week.